Nesse momento de teste desse joguinho que eu não conheço, eu não podia deixar de não gravar, né? Vamos lá, pressione X para iniciar. Vamos ver se esse jogo dá pra empolgar ou não. O brilho tá bom, eu acho. Vamos nesse aí mesmo. Esse brilho aí mesmo, meu irmão. Vamos ver as opções aqui, o que nós temos, opções do jogo. Acho que não tem nem muita coisa, só isso aí mesmo. O áudio. Beleza, opções de controle. Beleza, vamos lá. Vamos iniciar um novo jogo, modo normal. Este ícone indica que os dados estão sendo salvos. Não desligue o seu sistema PlayStation 4. Então tá bom. Carregando. Vamos lá. Deixa eu fazer um negocinho aqui, peraí. Pronto, agora sim. Ah, tá. Tem que ir agora, né? Pré-definições. Deixa eu ver devagar, devagar. Que porcaria é essa aí nas... Que porcaria é? É uma cicatriz? Só pode ser. Parece uma lampreia agarrada ali, mano. Uma lampreia. Vamos com malandro aqui. Tipo de rosto. Vamos lá no tipo do cabelo. Caraca aí. Oi, caraca, mané. Deixar assim, pelos faciais. Pra tampar a lampreia? Não, deixa a lampreia aparecendo. Sobrancelha. Faz sobrancelha. Eita, eita, taturana. Ai, sinistra. Deixa aqui, cor de pele, cor do cabelo. Vamos ver quais são as cores de cabelo que tem pra nós. Oi, andou no brancão, hein? Que tá um brancão assim. Caraca, fica bolado. Oi. Deixa assim mesmo. Cor dos olhos. Tá bom. Tá bom. O que eu faço aqui? R1. Tem que escolher a habilidade. Ah, guerreiro. Vamos lá, vamos lá. Vamos devagar. Aqui é pra escolher uma habilidade. Este perfil é voltado para o combate corpo a corpo. Habilidades iniciais: armas pesadas de uma mão, lâmina de uma mão, armas de fogo. Atributo recomendados: força e tolerância. Talentos recomendados: criação e vigor. Técnica, vamos lá no técnico. Vamos ver. Habilidades iniciais. Eu fiz um curso técnico, né? Então acho que técnico vai ser padrão. Monta armadilhas elementais, armas de fogo, lâminas de uma mão, precisão e agilidade. Gazu é um ladrão. Não, não quero ladrão. Habilidades iniciais: anel de magia divina, paralisia, armas pesadas de uma mão, atributo recomendado: poder mental e determinação. Ciência e intuição são os talentos recomendados. Guerreirão. Guerreirão. Vamos só para o teste, vamos de guerreirão, né? Só para o teste. Força e tolerância é a malandra. Força. Então já tem um aqui de força, certo? Tem mais um ponto. Nível 4 agora. Dano de armadura. Beleza. Isso aqui é o que? O carisma. Falou vigor e criação, eu acho. Falou vigor e criação. Vamos de vigor. Acabou. Iniciar o jogo. Criação de personagens.
Just a few more minutes. You have such an incredibly singular face. That's a compliment, my lord, out of my mouth. Your particularity gives character.
You're still here?
We've nearly finished. Have you any more need of me, Master?
You haven't forgotten that we're setting sail today, have you?
Of course not.
Your cousin is nowhere to be found. I've searched the palace from cellars to attics. Your uncle is beside himself.
He was of a mind to paint the town last night. Don't worry, I shall track him down. Make care to your own preparations without wrinkling another frown. We'll meet you on the boat.
It's about time your cousin took account of the responsibilities awaiting him. He should go and inform the ambassadors of Telemi and the Bridge Alliance of his departure.
Have no fear, Master. I will go and see them in his name. I beg your pardon, but urgent matters call me away. Might we finish all this later?
Impossible, my lord. You are leaving with the tide, if what I've been told is correct.
I am sorry, sir. Truly, I must be going.
My lord, please, I beg you. Her Highness personally requested I finish this.
Thank you, cousin, for getting me out of that.
Bússola visível no alto do mapa. É a missão principal, missão secundárias. Entendi. Vamos lá. Meio pesado ele, né? Tá muito fluido não. Dá pra conversar e coisa e tal. É um pouquinho pesadinho. Ó. Vamos lá. Isso aqui é a arma já, ó. Guarda essa arma aí, filho. Caralho. Já deu uma espadada ali.
Hey! Green blood!
Cut.
And so the day has finally come. My royal fledglings are leaving the nest.
Accompanied by their most loyal and tenacious master of arms.
As loyal as your goal.
Well, enough with the cold mercenary. I know you like us. Still hiding your men in the unsuspecting shadows of the greats of this world, I see.
Hey, our blades are the only thing keeping you dainties alive.
Ha! Kurt! I'm not in need of your protection. I'm no longer a child, you know.
Is that so? Well, let's see. Fight with honor!
Garoto, ataque principal, ataque secundário. Feito na hora certa. Olha, tomei na porrada. Bravo. Difícil, hein? Vai outra. Vai outra, filho. Óbvio que você trava a mira. Oi. Olha! Ponto de vida para designar uma posição. L1. L1. Tática, pausa. Pausará o jogo para que você possa escolher a próxima ação com tranquilidade. Você poderá acessar suas diferentes habilidades e posições a serem usadas. Escolher uma vinculação. Quer bater mais não, vagabundo? garotão, bate aqui. Vem de novo, vem de novo, vem de novo, vem, bate aqui, malandro. Olha. Habilidade, mano.
I think you had a proper master of arms.
The best.
Are you already training for your new post of legate? Don't tire yourself. Flattery'll get you nowhere. But for the fight, you have remembered your basics. Your performance just got you out of a final lesson. Unless you want to go through the paces again before we depart.
Vai passar o básico. Pular.
No, thanks all the same. I've quite a few tasks to check off my list before we depart.
And here you are already assuming your political functions. And in a hurry. Always too busy. Very well. If you ever want to go over your basics later, visit one of our barracks on the Isle. You'll always find a training partner to give you a friendly fight.
I'll remember that, thanks. Are your bags packed for the great departure?
Yes, you know I get by with very little. You're not angry that I'm coming with you, I hope.
On the contrary, I'm thrilled that both you and Sir de Corsilion are joining our party. A few friends at your side in unknown territory is a boon.
Ah, so the old goat is coming too. And there I was thinking I would die of boredom on the trip. By the way, where is our future governor hiding? I was hoping to put his skills to the test as well.
I have no idea. He had plans to celebrate his departure last night, and we haven't seen him since. You know Constantine. I should have gone with him, but my heart wasn't in the mood for celebration. The thought of bidding my mother farewell.
It is never easy to say goodbye. But you should be going to see her now. She must be waiting for you. I'll meet you in front of the palace. Then we'll go and find Constantine together.
Very well. I'll meet you as soon as I've said my goodbyes.
Muito cut. Frente ao palácio. Beleza. X vai fazer ele correr, né? Ah, é muito pesadinha as paradas. O maluco prepara uma poção ali, mané. Nossa, mas que a câmera é horrível. Caraca, hein? Jogabilidade já com a má impressão.
Have you not been taught to knock? I've asked 1,000 times. Oh, it's you, my dear child.
Mother, I'm sorry. I'm having trouble getting used to your condition.
Come now, let's speak of more pleasant things. I'm so very happy to hear your voice. You remind me so much of your father. I do miss him so. Today is the big day, isn't it? Ready to set sail for that island everyone's talking about.
Yes, but the idea of leaving you behind, alone and ill...
Dying, my child. Alas, there is nothing you can do by staying that would ease my suffering. One thing brings me cheer.
É igual um zumbi, mano.
They say the island is full of miracles, and we might find a cure.
Even if I were to find it, I would never be able to return in time to...
I know. But it brings me comfort to know my son has left on a mission to heal his people. Come now. It is time for you to take leave. Here. Take this with you.
What is it?
A family heirloom. Something that... Take it and keep it with you. May it bring you good luck. All my blessings go with you, my child. Now, be off.
Peça de sua mãe, preto. Você pode correr mais rápido com os dias. O chapéulão dele.
Kurt,
Sorry, Greenblood. Look, we can see the masts of the ship that'll be taking us. This is one sacred adventure we're embarking on.
I hope this island will keep its promises.
In order to know that, we'll need to find Constantine first.
You're right. Maybe he's already at the port. He was so eager to leave.
This will be quite the chore to finish before our departure. The commander wants to recover some merchandise from our supplier, but the transporter doesn't want to deliver. I did all I could to persuade. Nothing came of it. All the parliamenting fatigues me. But this is your domain. I wouldn't say no to a little help.
Of course. Where is the supplier?
In the lower boroughs, near the port.
Right then. We'll put it on our list of visits.
Equipe? Olha só. Equipe. Dá pra ver a característica dele. Tolerância já 9, já força 3. Habilidade. Nível de relacionamento suspeito. Olha só quantas habilidades. Quantas habilidades. São muitas as habilidades. Tem uma arma reservita ali. Malandro. Vamos lá, vamos adicionar esse malandro logo.
Where would you like to begin?
I've been asked to pay visits to the ambassadors of Thélème and the Bridge Alliance before our departure. Their dwellings are not far from here. We could go there first.
Very well. Do you think Constantine will be waiting for us next to the ship?
Será que dá pra pular aqui já? Guardar. E troca. Tô usando a porcaria da poção, que merda. Guarda, acho que é automático. Que merda, cara, guarda o bagulho automático, mano. Feião. Mapa da região. Tá. É difícil esse bagulho aqui, hein? As missões secundárias tá marcado.
To my help and death to the others.
Trava a mira, trava a mira, trava a mira.
Move away. Things are about to get dicey.
Cara, muito estranho, muito estranho. Muito estranha a jogabilidade. Guerreiro. Adquirir. Poçãozinha de mana, moeda. É R1, né? Vem poções, aí vincular a poção aqui. Beleza, vinculei. Vamos vincular ela onde? R2. R2 e triângulo. Luz. bola. Aqui não tem nada. Ações. Beleza, vamos ver. Beleza. Vamos só no aprendizado. Pegando aqui. Tá. Cadê onde é a parada? Equipamentos. Deixa eu ver. Minha espada nível A, nível B. Então acho que é melhorzinha. Essa merda velha aqui. Dano à armadura menos 18. É isso. Ah, não tem ponto suficiente, entendi. Agilidation. Vou botar essa aqui. Deixa eu ver aqui na bolsa o que tem. Tem as poções. Beleza, 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 beleza. Ainda não entendi quase nada, mas vamos que vamos. Apareceu inimigo aqui do nada.
Sire, I'm sorry. I'm afraid that I won't make for good company.
Aqui é. Eu acho que é.
Good day, Excellency.
Sir Desade, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I have come to inform you that my cousin Constantine and I are departing for Tirfredi on the hour.
Ah, yes. I did indeed hear talk that you had both received callings of greater stature. Allow me to congratulate you. Were you not named legate of the congregation?
You are correct, Excellency. I thank you.
It is a station of great honor that I am sure you will fill with brio and panache. The Mother Cardinal Cornelia will be enchanted to work with you, and your cousin in the future. I only regret that your departure is so sudden.
Really?
To be entirely honest with you, I was hoping to solicit your help in a rather delicate matter.
Tell me more about it. And perhaps I can take care of your problem before my departure.
Very well. A small group of dangerous heretics has found refuge in Serene. We know that your uncle tolerates the presence of all pagans within the city walls. But these particular non-believers threaten the fragile harmony of this place. We would consider it a tremendous favor if you would arrest them and deliver them to our guard.
Heresy is not a crime in Serene. You do know that. But I'm sure my uncle would hear your arguments. Why call on my intervention?
The prince would indeed give us his blessing, but it would take time. Far too much time. For according to our sources, these fugitives have already made contact with a smuggler to take them who knows where.
I see. You're hoping that I'll be able to do something before they make it to an enemy city. If your heretics are planning on boarding a ship, then they must be in the dockyards. I'll look into this and see what I can do.
Perguntas sobre Teleme, relação com o coração, posição de clã, relação com a aliança erudita.
How goes the
Ver.
conflict with the Bridge Alliance?
Your territory is, alas, the only one that has been spared from the ravages of war on the continent. We fight on every front. Without great success, one must say. But what other choice do we have? These so-called savants not only refuse the light, but are determined in their fight against it.
And on Tirfredi?
To my knowledge, no one has yet seen any serious fighting. The Bridge have succeeded in provoking the natives there, and have their hands full keeping them at bay.
which leaves us greater latitude to settle peacefully and pursue our mission of conversion.
Tá bom. Fica perguntando muita coisa não. Vamos
I must be
embora.
going. Farewell, Excellency.
May the light guide you, Testando.
Beleza. Ele deu uma missãozinha velha aqui. Deixa eu ver. Caçador de herege aqui, ó. Vamos seguir ela. Tem isso aqui também, né? Vamos continuar nessa aqui. Cara, muito ruim a... Como é que fala? Você guiar o personagem muito ruim, mano. Muito chatinho o bagulho, a câmera. Sinistro, sei lá.
The merchant is there.
Good day, good sir.
Tá
How
doente.
might I be of service?
You can start by explaining to me why you refused to honor the orders agreed upon with the guard.
There's been a misunderstanding, sir. Of course we're ready to honor the orders. In fact, I've already had a word with your master-at-arms.
They're asking that we pay again, despite having already paid.
It's just that the price has gone up since. I've nothing to do with it.
This is inadmissible. If you agree on a sum, you need to honor that agreement.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm just an agent. And I'm only obeying orders.
Why don't we go and solicit other suppliers, Kurt?
When we've already paid for the merchandise? If these thieves agree to reimburse the original payment, it's what we do immediately. And do know, in the future, we won't be shopping with them. Well, I should think not.
Your master has apparently asked you to demand a second payment for this merchandise.
That's right. He told me that their attendant seemed to be hiding something when he passed the order. And so he must have thought the guard would end up paying in the end, whatever he asked for.
I'll be damned. And I'm the one they've sent to settle the affair.
Sorry, Captain, it's nothing personal. I'm only following orders.
Following orders. Yeah, we hear you. Makes one wonder which one of the two of us is a coin guard.
This whole story sounds suspicious and stinks of a scandal. You're demanding a second payment but refuse to reimburse the one that was already made.
I'm not the one demanding nor refusing. It's my master.
This stubborn fool is pushing me to madness. You understand now why I'm asking for your help?
I don't think you understand who you're dealing with. Perhaps I failed to present myself properly. Lord Testando, nephew of the Prince d'Orsay and legate of the Congregation of Merchants. During our conversation, you explained to me that your master forced you to commit a crime. That's regrettable, especially as you will be considered his accomplice in extortion, theft. You know as well as I that the Congregation does not tolerate such illegal activities.
But I'm only obeying orders.
That is a shame. Well, as orders are the only language you seem to understand, I order you to return the guard the merchandise, without delay. Unless you'd rather your master is hung and that you finish your days in prison.
I beg your pardon, sir, but you are not my master. Moreover, the attendant of the guard was quite specific, saying this affair should be handled with extreme discretion. So I seriously doubt that you'll be wanting to drag us in front of a judge. That would stir up the muck.
Whatever is he talking about, Kurt?
Your guess is as good as mine.
This is preposterous. Your master is a thief. I have no patience for bandits and robbers. Either you give us back what's ours, or we'll take it.
Your idea of diplomacy isn't all that different from my own.
To the devil with ya.
Since you leave us no choice.
The merchant's clerk isn't hearing your arguments. The only thing left is a show of strength. Sorry, Greenblood. If I'd have known, I wouldn't have gotten you mixed up in this. To my help! Death us! Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
Stop! I beg of you!
He seems to have grown wiser all of a sudden.
Yes, yes! Don't hit me anymore!
Very well. I'm counting on you to deliver this merchandise as quickly as possible.
Yes, good sir. I'll take care of it immediately.
Reputação caiu. Que bagulho doido. É minha reputação. Então tem um bagulho de reputaçãozinha, né? Vamos ver a reputação aqui quando eu separo vocês. Deixa eu ver agora. Negocie com o vendedor, deu ruim. Recupera minha cadeira, já foi. Informe intendente do quartel da guarda da moeda. Tá. Deixa eu ver, caçador de hereges. Vou fazer isso aqui primeiro. Não sei se tem coisa pra catar só.
But I still don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he hasn't been the victim of any foul play.
Don't worry. We'll find him in time for departure.
I certainly hope so. Would you be in need of my help in any way?
What will be your official title on Teofredi? Or are you just here to keep an eye on us?
Come now, don't be ridiculous. I'm coming in the capacity of official advisor, nothing more. But His Highness has also asked me to report to him on certain strategic observations. I am therefore required to take note of all events, chart the island and its resources, but also obtain as much knowledge as possible concerning the more dangerous creatures of the island. Your help will be extremely valuable to me. I've no longer the legs of an adventurer.
It's always a privilege to help, Master. I need to be leaving. I have quite a few things to do before we raise anchor.
Câmera horrível, mano. Esse movimento tá.
Lively there, lads and lasses! I promised the merchants and their prince we'd be off before the tide. You, man, carry that properly. That porcelain is worth more than your life. There are some children we'd been best to refuse.
Captain Vasco.
And you are?
I'm de Sardet, the prince's nephew. If all is in order, we will soon be embarking on your boat.
It's a ship. Not a boat.
Apologies.
Apologies for my asking, but the young governor isn't with you.
He didn't come home this morning. I need to find him before departure.
I hope nothing's happened to him or he hasn't changed his mind. The tide does not wait.
Perhaps he simply celebrated his imminent departure with a little too much enthusiasm. Is everything ready?
We're short a crew member. The cabin boy is missing. But have no fear, we will leave without him if he does not present himself before the tide.
Is he an important member of the crew?
We don't need him for sailing or navigation. He's only a cabin boy.
He must have simply had a bit too much to drink in celebrating his departure, like another I know.
I doubt that. Jonas was never one to fancy drink. And it's been 2 days since last he was seen. No, I fear something bad has happened to him. Might I ask you, if you hear anything, could you report it to me? I would like to set sail with a clear mind.
Have you seen anyone wandering about? Suspicious looking. Maybe clandestine passengers.
Take a look around. There are far too many comings and goings to spot possible stowaways. As long as they don't try and get on my ship, I pay no attention to them. That said, we did catch ourselves a smuggler just a while ago.
A smuggler? Maybe he could be of some use. Where could I find him?
In the port jails, not far from the warehouses. May I ask you, why the sudden interest in smugglers and the odd stowaway?
Nothing to bother yourself about. I'm just curious.
You wouldn't, by the sheerest of coincidences, be on the trail of a couple of heretics, Your Excellency. The same a couple of the ambassadors of Ptolemy's men have been looking for nigh on 2 days.
And so you know about that?
Of course. The Cardinal's henchmen are hard to miss, even in a crowd. And they were making quite a fuss, hoping we would cave in and help them in their hunt. Feel free to carry out your own investigation, but you'll end up with the same answers. The port brigs, just like the warehouses, are property of the Nords. No one else may enter.
When did you see your cabin boy for the last time?
It's been 2 days since I've had any news at all. It wasn't out of the ordinary until this morning. My men have free shore leave when we're at dock. But the day of departure, every able-bodied sailor must be present on the ship.
Does the boy know anyone in Serene?
Other than fellow Nords, you mean? I don't think so, but it's difficult to be sure.
This Jonas, does he have any close friends amongst the crew?
In tradition, we are all members of the same family. But yes, there would be Flavio and Lauro.
Might I have a word with them?
As you wish. You'll find them over there, in port.
Could you tell me a little about your guild?
We are masters of the oceans. Our ships can sail where no others dare.
Thanks to your magic, so I've heard. How do you become a Nord?
Our magic, yes, that only the Nords master. As for your question, any child born on one of our ships is seaborn. He is a Nord from birth. Others are sea-gifted, joining the Nords for different reasons, often from a young age. It's how the guild is made and maintains its numbers.
Could you tell me anything about our destination? The island of Tirfredi?
É conversa pra doidado, mano, velho.
Wild. Spared from your wars and your mines for now. The natives have a relationship with their land.
Ter conversa, ter história é legal, mas às vezes ter tanta conversa assim, muito em cima uma da outra, atrapalha, porque acaba você perdendo o raciocínio dos assuntos e da história que você está seguindo. Tipo, já falou sobre um monte de coisa ali, tô aqui boiando sobre os náuticos, agora sobre esse tal de Fred.
What do you think of our port?
You referring to this one? It is the biggest high seas port on the continent. Thanks to your prince, even though
E o nome dele é Vasco, mano.
It holds a particular status for us Nords. Certain zones are owned completely by us, and maritime law holds office. It's a good port. Were it not for the Malachor, it would be a pleasant place to dock.
Beleza, acabou aqui. Isso aqui perguntar sobre a ausência de
You haven't heard anything
Constantino.
about my cousin by chance, have you? To be honest, we were hoping to find him here.
Did you say he was intending on celebrating his departure? My men spoke of a rather animated party that went down at the Coin Tavern, but I haven't heard anything else.
That isn't the safest place in the city. I hope nothing has happened to him.
Let's go and find him. Thank you, Captain.
Happy to be of some help.
Be back soon, Captain.
We need to have a word with that people smuggler the sailor
Vamos
mentioned.
ver, acho que vem
He's a
todas
captain,
que é
Kurt,
outra
like
missão.
yourself. And in order to
O
interrogate the
náutico
smuggler,
novato.
we'll need to find a way into his jail.
Interrogue. Beleza. Não, vamos devagar essa do meio aqui. Posso entrar por causa da facção. Que merda, hein? E agora? E caguei, vambora, compadre. Saber dos... Vai ter briga aqui, não vai?
You cannot pass. Only the Norts have access to the prison.
Posso entrar. Levar roupa.
I've seen a few.
Are you the smuggler?
You snuck
Oi?
yourself in here just to ask me that question.
Macaca
If this
aqui
is
não.
some sort of trick to get me to admit to some crime.
Ela deve estar
you
debaixo da
are truly
escada, hein?
twisted.
You can see for yourself that I'm no Nord.
Ela fica ali.
Come now. Are you the one I'm looking for?
I'm already locked up. What more do I risk? Yes, I am a smuggler. But I'm not the only one in this city.
I'm searching for a couple fleeing to Leme. They're trying to leave the city discreetly. Have they contacted you?
You certainly can't imagine I'm going to answer you without getting something in exchange. I don't really think of my clients as kin, but I'd never betray any of them for free.
A real saint you are. How about your freedom in exchange for your loyalty? Tell me where I can find them and I'll open this cage.
That works for me. Your two Telemites are hidden in a warehouse behind this very prison. They must be waiting for me. But you might want to be quick about it. If the Norts get their hands on them, they'll find themselves in this same cage.
Thank you.
Anytime. And these doors?